Four Voices of ALUU. Episode 4. The Silence After the Fire. The fire had long gone out, but ALUU still smelled of smoke. That morning, the village woke to a silence that felt too heavy to breathe. Even the birds that perched on the mango trees refused to sing. The red dust of the road had turned black where the flames had kissed it, and the air still shimmered with the ghosts of screams. In the corner of the junction, a few villagers gathered, not as a mob now, but as witnesses of what they had done. No one spoke. No one dared to meet another's eyes. The same hands that had thrown stones now trembled. A boy, no older than 12, crouched beside the ashes. He reached out with small, uncertain fingers and touched the edge of a burned page, part of Ugona's notebook. The words were half gone, but one line remained clear. The road is long, but the feet of the dreamer never tire. He read it aloud softly, the words trembling like prayer. An old woman nearby began to cry. She didn't know their names. She didn't know their stories. But she knew that something sacred had been lost, something she could never explain. By noon, police trucks arrived. Sirens wailed through the still air, too late to save anyone. Officers stepped down, their boots crushing ashes that were once young men. Cameras flashed. Reporters shouted questions. Someone pushed through the crowd, screaming, "Why? They be students, University of Port Harcourt students." A hush fell again, deeper this time, heavier. Faces turned pale. A man dropped to his knees, muttering, "God forgive us." The dead man, the one who had called them thieves, stood at the back, silent. His hands shook. The crowd had given him what he wanted, revenge for a debt that was never real. But now he could not look at the ground, nor at the faces of the dead. Back on campus, the news spread like wildfire. Phones buzzed. Hostels went quiet. Someone screamed when they saw the video, the same video filmed at the roadside. It had reached the internet before their bodies reached the morgue. Lloyd's roommates stared at the screen in disbelief. That's them," one whispered. "Mike, Lloyd, Ugona, Chiadika. God." By evening, the university gates overflowed with students, angry, broken, weeping. They held candles, the flames flickering in the wind like fragile hearts. They chanted the names over and over as if saying them could undo what had been done. Mike Toku, Lloyd Teke, Ugona Obuzo, Chiadika Biringa. The four names echoed through Port Harcourt, across Nigeria, across the world. That night, in the same hostel room they had left that morning, their beds lay untouched. Lloyd's headphones still hung from the bunk. Ugona's notebook lay open, a burned page tucked between the others. Chiadika's mirror reflected nothing but darkness. Mike's phone buzzed one last time, a missed call from his mother. The walls of that room held their laughter, their arguments, their dreams. Now they only held silence. In ALUU, rain began to fall, soft at first, then heavy. It washed over the road, over the ashes, over the blood. It washed the dust from the faces of those who had watched. But it could not wash away the guilt. The next morning, posters began to appear in Port Harcourt and on social media. "Justice for ALUU 4." The faces of four boys stared back, smiling, full of life, unaware of how close their dreams had been to ending. And somewhere, in the wet, red soil of ALUU, the road still remembered. Every drop of rain that touched it whispered their names, not as ghosts, but as a warning. When truth dies, no one survives the fire.